Up in the ring is Boyd Pierce, ready to introduce this event to you. Let's pick him up.
For the brass knucks title and belt, 2 out of 3 falls with a 60-minute time limit, no disqualification, tape fists are legal, 1 minute rest period between falls. Introducing first the challenger for the belt, 265 pounds from Los Angeles, California, Rocky Johnson.
Well, there's a ring full of talent. Cleveland Williams, whom old-timers will remember as a guy who really could fight. And here he is hooked up with Rocky Johnson. And he is the man who has taped Rocky Johnson's hands tonight. He's the man who has given Rocky a lot of help in his training. And he's the guy who will take great delight if Rocky should relieve Bruiser Brody of the brass knucks belt here tonight. So the referee is Branko Lubich, and we're settling down now to a 3-fall battle that should be a good one. And Rocky is keyed up. There's no question about that. He has given himself a great deal of punishing training to be ready for this, and he's sharp. So we're ready for the bell for the start of round number 1. Timekeeper Mike Williams rings the bell, and big Bruiser Brody, a guy who has enough weight, enough power, enough speed. He's got enough of everything, I can tell you, to make any man he steps up against back up just a little bit, just from the sheer enormity of what he faces. So this will be the kind of a match where there will be no disqualifications. This will be the kind of a match where the use of fists are legal. And the effort, well, even Brody, for all of his size and the fact that he's built like a big truck, can avoid running into an accident of that kind. So now, with Rocky bouncing around, using a boxer stance instead of a wrestler stance, it can be confusing as far as Brody is concerned, because the majority of people he will face in his wrestling career are not going to approach him in that way. So Brody has been belted, and the blows that have dented his whiskers, yes, that's the way it feels sometimes. You just wish that there was some way that you could push everything back into shape and have it stay there. And Rocky now looks over at Cleveland Williams, gets a nod, and Cleve sits there and gives him a big smile for what he just accomplished. And Bruiser Brody, despite the fact that this is the style of wrestling at which he should be at his absolute best, has so far been having problems trying to separate one style from another. But that big boot of his, that hard-kicking, match-winning boot, that's exactly what it is. Can do a lot of punishing things. So Rocky is down, and Brody now seems to be recovering from some of the punishment that came his way and being able to put a little dent in the style, the dancing and the maneuvering style of Rocky Johnson. And Brody sunk his teeth into him that time. And remember that no matter what the referee says or tries to do, there are no disqualifications in this match. On the concrete, Rocky. Make that Bruiser too, because as Bruiser maneuvers down, He just wants to get Rocky where he can deliver a little more punishment, where Rocky can't rest, and then get him back up into that ring where he can do something about it. And the crowd hollering for Rocky to hit him. Rocky's having his problem. That's into the ring post, and that ring post didn't move an inch. Rocky crashed in there, and that left arm of his is going to be difficult to use in a boxing sense, for one thing. That'll take some of the speed out of those jabs. That'll take some of the sting out of the wallop. What he needs is movement in that arm to get the, there again. And that time we could feel the ring shake, but the ring did not move. Outside, Rocky Johnson. The brass knucks part of this match is that no matter what happens, a man is right in doing it. Fists and feet, and the boot of Bruiser Brody. Now, Bronco Lubitsch has interrupted his count on several occasions. 5 minutes have gone by, and Rocky now will be able to get in that ring. But whether that's a good thing or not remains to be seen. Man down, Rocky Johnson. On top, the Bruiser. There's the power of Rocky Johnson. That's what comes of being in that gymnasium and doing prone presses with hundreds of pounds of weight and doing a tremendous series of exercises to build up those arms and shoulders. And man down, Johnson again, and Bruiser Brody looks to dent him. Here he is, Brody on top. And again, Brody heisted out of the way. Same arm hitting into that turnbuckle. Not as bad as being run into the ring post, but surely not as good as not being run into the turnbuckle. And Brody's trying to set Rocky up. He set him up, but he couldn't do anything about it. And here's Rocky now trying to get that arm working. Double clout. Rocky lays it in there and lays it in there beautifully. On top, Rocky Johnson, but no fall. And you'll note that Bruiser Brody was not able to throw Rocky Johnson through the air. Oh, man, a beautiful kick. There's Cleveland Williams. Look at the tense attitude. Here's Rocky on top. Could have a fall. There's one. There's two. There's one. Bronco Lubitsch saw his shoulder go up. Most of the fans couldn't see it, but he could see it underneath Rocky that time. The explosive feet. And remember, this is a battle of fists and feet for the brass knucks belt. And there's a belt. And Rocky on top. There's one, there's two, there's three, and we've got a fall. The first fall of this battle goes to Rocky Johnson. We've got at least one more fall to go and possibly two. But right now we pause for this word from the studio. The start of fall number two as Rocky comes out now. One fall to the good. It's a good place to be. And as they come in. The referee's hold, of course, favors Bruiser Brody. Brody is, Rocky tried that time to break his fall going down there and didn't quite make it. But here's the Bruiser with one of his favorite weapons. And remember, this is a no disqualification match. When you start kicking away at a man on the concrete, the concrete is your ally because it delivers a blow from the other side. And Rocky now is giving him exactly what he had been getting. Oh, he slid him along that table. So Rocky Johnson inside, waiting impatiently. That put a stop to him because he got him across the eyes where you just can't grow muscle. Hard kicking. And the ripping. Both are effective. Get your face so sore you can't touch it yourself. Bruiser Brody with a lot of that solid power that comes out of being 325 pounds, and then the development of that power. Offhand, I'd say Rocky is stronger in weights, lifting weights, but whether he is stronger in man-to-man strength, we'll have to see. The match right now is in his favor. He's got a fall, but Bruiser Brody is trying to equalize things, and if he does, that'll drive it into a third and deciding fall. So Bruiser holds up there, wondering how come those wallops that have felled ordinary men have not put Rocky Johnson on the canvas. Tough, hard kicking, but remember, brass knucks battle. This is to prove who is the toughest man in wrestling. This means no disqualifications in this match. Precious few holds, but toughness. Somewhere underneath that hair was the effort of Bruiser Brody. So we've got Rocky on his knee waiting. We've got Bruiser Brody looking for something to hit him with it. Oh, man, how he clobbered him. We've got a fall. And the boot of Bruiser Brody. The boot. The boot managed to do it. Falls are even. This means we will have a third and deciding fall, and we'll have that fall right after we have this word from the studio. The bell rings for fall number 3, and Bruiser Brody has been preparing the turnbuckle with the idea in mind of smashing Rocky Johnson into it. And here he is trying to uncover the iron part of the buckle. He has ripped the thing apart and exposed the wires, exposed the turnbuckle, and set up Rocky Johnson for a solid smash into that corner. He has made a shambles of the protection that's been put on there. He has removed the protection. He has tried to expose it so that Rocky catches the full force of running his 265 pounds into that turnbuckle in exactly the same way he ran him into the ring post. And Brody now is satisfied that he has found the answer. Not only found the answer, but he is, there you can see what has happened. Those turnbuckles edges are exposed. It hits into the area of the, there is no rubber around the cable in the corner. There is rubber only in the center or out from that point, but the wire itself, the cable wire, is exposed, and Rocky has been, there it is, smashed into that now enough times to have taken an ordinary muscle and made it look something like that form of protection. And here is Bruiser Brody now, confident of victory, and well he should be, because he has taken the sting out of Rocky Johnson. And he is preparing him for the kill. You'll notice that he clears more of it every time, and he has now done enough smashing into that turnbuckle that this crowd has gotten quiet in their hope that Rocky is going to, well, Rocky's going, oh man, he smashed into that face first. He did it! Holy cow, a sensational move by Rocky Johnson. A sensational move. He has won the Brass Knucks title. He has won the Brass Knucks title by smashing Bruiser Brody into his own trap. And the belt goes to him, and Bruiser head first, face first, into the exposed turnbuckle. There is the winner of this main event at the Sam Houston Coliseum, and the man who is now the new Brass Knucks champion, Rocky Johnson. Do you mind? Brody has nothing to complain about. He can complain all he wants, but he has not yet left the ring. And neither have these fans as they crowd around the ring. And we tell you this, the new Brass Knucks champion is Rocky Johnson. And there's Cleveland Williams celebrating it along with him. We'll be back in a moment after we have this word from the studio.